Let's walk on the wise path.
Do not seek external validation. Within yourself lies the key. Miyamoto Musashi, undeniably one of history's greatest samurais, didn't attain his unparalleled swordsmanship through mere talent. Rather, it was a testament to his unwavering discipline, as documented in his own writings. This discipline paved his path to greatness, starting with his victory in his first duel at the tender age of 13. What followed was an astounding undefeated streak of over 60 duels, a record that remains a historic marvel even in the modern day. Musashi's legacy transcends the realm of samurai mastery. He was not only the epitome of a Japanese samurai, but also an artist and a profound thinker. His life stands as a compelling testament to the transformative power of self-discipline. In a world where discipline is often viewed as a means to an end, Musashi saw it as a shield against the inevitable suffering life presents. In the absence of discipline, we become like rudderless ships, easily swayed by the unpredictable currents of impulse and immediate gratification. Musashi's philosophy extends beyond the realm of accomplishment. It's a profound understanding that discipline equips us to navigate life's challenges and surprises with resilience. In this video, we delve into the teachings of Miyamoto Musashi, exploring the principles that underlie superior self-discipline and how they can be practically applied in the tapestry of our daily lives. Join us on this journey as we unravel the wisdom of a samurai whose life exemplifies the transformative potential of disciplined living. Accept everything just the way it is. Musashi, with his samurai spirit, faced uncertainties that ranged from life-threatening duels to the nomadic lifestyle inherent in his calling. Yet, in the face of this volatility, he embraced acceptance as a powerful discipline. Now, let's transpose this philosophy into the hustle and bustle of our everyday lives. Imagine you're on the way to that make or break meeting, the one that could define the trajectory of your career, and suddenly, your trusted vehicle decides it's time for an impromptu break. The initial reaction for many of us might be a chorus of "why me?" or a barrage of frustration aimed at the unfortunate machinery. But Musashi, the disciplined master, would offer a different perspective. Acceptance, in Musashi's eyes, isn't a resignation to fate, but a strategic move. It's acknowledging the reality of the situation without letting emotions take the wheel. The car stopped working. It needs fixing. That's the raw, unfiltered truth. By accepting this truth, the disciplined mind quickly shifts its focus from dwelling on the problem to actively seeking solutions. This principle aligns seamlessly with the Stoic philosophy encapsulated in the timeless wisdom of Epictetus. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Acceptance, then, becomes a proactive response, a deliberate act of taking charge in the face of adversity. In the scenario of a broken-down car, rather than spiraling into frustration and cursing the stars, a disciplined person sees it for what it is, a glitch that demands attention. The mental energy that could be wasted on questioning the unfairness of the situation is redirected toward finding solutions. It's about calling for a tow truck, notifying the people awaiting your arrival, and formulating a plan to resolve the unexpected hiccup. This approach to acceptance isn't a mere coping mechanism, it's a strategy for success. It's the realization that our control extends to our reactions and actions, not the external events. Musashi, with his sword in one hand and discipline in the other, understood that life's challenges are often beyond our control, but our response to them is where true power lies. Let's take this principle and weave it into the fabric of our daily challenges. Whether it's a missed deadline, a disagreement with a colleague, or an unexpected turn in personal relationships, acceptance becomes the armor we wear to navigate through the chaos. Instead of labeling situations as good or bad, a disciplined mind sees them for what they are: challenges that require strategic responses. Musashi, through his life's journey, teaches us that this discipline of acceptance isn't reserved for the extraordinary moments. It's the steady undercurrent that guides us through the mundane, the routine, and the unexpected. It's a mindset that frees us from the shackles of unnecessary judgments and allows us to focus on what truly matters, finding solutions and moving forward. This concept of acceptance, however, goes beyond the immediate challenges. Musashi warns against the tendency to label events as inherently good or bad. He challenges us to recognize that these labels are not inherent qualities of the events themselves, but mental constructs imposed by our own perceptions. In embracing a disciplined mindset, we liberate ourselves from these limiting judgments. Consider the analogy of a surfer riding the waves. Acceptance isn't just about riding the highs. It's about gracefully navigating the lows, accepting the ebb and flow of life without getting entangled in the emotional undertow. It's about recognizing that the waves of life are indifferent to our preferences, and our discipline lies in skillfully riding them, not in futile attempts to control their direction. In essence, Musashi's teachings on acceptance invite us to dance with the rhythm of life, acknowledging each note without getting tangled in the complexity of judgment. It's about understanding that, just like the tides, life's events are transient, and our responses, guided by acceptance, can be both powerful and graceful. As we traverse the landscape of uncertainty, embracing acceptance as a discipline becomes a potent tool. Whether it's a career setback, a personal challenge, or a global crisis, the disciplined mind doesn't waste energy on resistance. Instead, it flows with the currents, adapting and strategizing, finding the path forward even when the way seems obscured. Do not regret what you have done. Picture this: you've ventured into the uncharted territories of life, perhaps taking a risk on a business venture, investing in a new skill, or even diving into a new relationship. Now, the journey of life is riddled with uncertainties, and sometimes these ventures might not pan out as planned. In these moments, regret can rear its head, casting a shadow on our actions. Musashi, with his unwavering focus and discipline, understood the danger of allowing regret to take residence in the mind. Guilt, he acknowledged, can be a helpful emotion. It's like a compass that points out when we've crossed an ethical line. Feeling guilty about saying something hurtful or making a poor decision is a natural and constructive response. It nudges us towards self-correction, urging us to learn from our missteps. However, regret, Musashi cautioned, is a different beast altogether. It's not a constructive signal, but a mental state that serves no purpose. In the world of a samurai, where life and death hung in the balance, there was no luxury for Musashi to dwell on past actions. He needed a clear mind for effective decision-making, especially in the heat of battle. So, how does this apply to our modern lives? Think about a situation where you've made a financial blunder, maybe invested in a risky endeavor that didn't pan out as expected. It's easy to let regret seep in, clouding your thoughts and taking up valuable mental space. Musashi's discipline teaches us to resist this gravitational pull of regret. Instead of sinking into a cycle of remorse, discipline demands that we focus on proactive steps to remedy the situation. Maybe it's seeking financial advice, learning from the mistake, and devising a new strategy. The key is to channel that energy away from dwelling on what went wrong toward constructing a solution. Regret won't fix the broken pieces, but disciplined action can pave the way for a more informed and strategic future. In the grand tapestry of life, mistakes are inevitable threads. Musashi urges us not to get entangled in the threads of regret, but to weave a new pattern with the lessons learned. It's okay to stumble. It's human. What's not okay is allowing those stumbles to cast a perpetual shadow over our potential for growth. Consider this scenario. You've pulled an all-nighter playing video games and missed a crucial class or work meeting. Regret might knock on your door, whispering about the lost opportunities and the consequences of your actions. But the disciplined response is to shift focus from the mistake to the remedy. Perhaps it's apologizing and making amends. Maybe it's reevaluating your priorities or even implementing a healthier work-play balance. Musashi's teaching on regret is a call to action. It's a reminder that the past is a realm we can't alter, but the future is within our grasp. Regret, in its essence, is a distraction, a mental detour that hinders the disciplined mind from navigating the present and steering towards a brighter future. Be indifferent to where you live. Imagine Musashi, the legendary samurai, traversing from peaceful temples to chaotic battlefields, his inner state unwavering amidst the ever-changing scenery. It wasn't about the external environment for Musashi. It was about the discipline and mindset he carried within himself. It's a lesson that transcends physical locations, inviting us to examine our own adaptability, resilience, and commitment to our goals. In the hustle and bustle of our modern lives, we often find ourselves daydreaming about the grass being greener on the other side, a new city, a new job, or a new home promising a happily ever after scenario. Musashi, with his wisdom, challenges this common notion and beckons us to look within. Let's unpack this principle with a touch of metaphorical imagery. Picture life as a series of landscapes, some serene and picturesque, others tumultuous and challenging. Now, imagine yourself as the protagonist navigating these diverse terrains. Musashi's teaching isn't about seeking solace in the external scenery. It's about cultivating the qualities that enable us to thrive regardless of where life plants us. Adaptability, the first quality Musashi nudges us to embrace, is like the ability to sway with the wind. Life might take unexpected turns, a job transfer, a change in relationship dynamics, or even a leap into a new cultural setting. The disciplined mind, indifferent to the physical location, focuses on adapting to these shifts with grace. Resilience, the second quality in Musashi's arsenal, is the sturdy roots that anchor us in the face of storms. Life isn't a constant journey through serene landscapes. It often throws curveballs our way. Musashi's teaching prompts us to ask, are we resilient enough to weather the storms, to withstand the challenges, no matter where we are? It's about cultivating an unshakable core that remains steadfast amidst life's unpredictability. Commitment to our goals, the third quality, acts as our guiding star. Whether we're in the bustling heart of a city or the tranquil embrace of nature, our goals remain our compass. Musashi's teaching challenges us to evaluate our commitment. Are we adaptable, resilient, and committed to our goals, no matter where life's journey takes us? It's about being rooted in purpose rather than location. Consider this analogy: Musashi as the nomadic warrior, journeying through varied landscapes, yet his focus remains unwavering on the path of self-improvement and mastery. Similarly, in our own journeys, the external scenery might change, but our internal qualities determine our ability to thrive. Now let's reflect on the unpredictability of life. Musashi prepares us for the unexpected, urging us to cultivate qualities that transcend geographical borders. In the pursuit of self-improvement or mastery, we might find ourselves in places we never anticipated. It could be a different city, a new country, or a complete shift in lifestyle. These changes test not only our physical adaptability, but also our mental and emotional resilience. So, warriors, instead of fixating on where we are, Musashi proposes that we focus on how we are. Are we adaptable, resilient, and committed to our goals? These qualities, deeply embedded in our mindset, become the compass guiding us through life's twists and turns. Whether we're thriving in a peaceful temple or navigating the chaos of a battlefield, it's the inner qualities that define our journey. No one way to know 10,000 things. Imagine Musashi, not just as a master swordsman, but as a polymath and artist, a philosopher, and a strategist. While he dedicated his life to mastering the art of the sword, his journey wasn't a confined exploration. Instead, it was a holistic quest, intertwining various facets of knowledge and skills. Musashi didn't limit himself to one pursuit. He delved into the intricate patterns of one way, and from this depth, he gained insights that transcended into myriad realms. In the modern world, where choices are abundant, it's easy to succumb to what's known as the shiny object syndrome. This phenomenon sees people jumping from one interest to another, never truly delving deep into any single pursuit. Musashi, with his profound wisdom, challenges this approach. He advocates for the power of focused discipline, knowing one way before attempting to know 10,000 things. Consider the analogy of a blacksmith honing a blade. The blacksmith doesn't scatter his attention across multiple projects. Instead, he focuses on shaping and refining one blade until it reaches perfection. Musashi's teaching echoes this principle. It's not about limiting yourself to one pursuit forever. It's about dedicating your full attention and time to one thing until you master it. In the age of information overload, where distractions lurk around every digital corner, Musashi's teaching becomes a beacon of clarity. It's a reminder that depth of knowledge is often more valuable than the breadth of superficial understanding. By immersing ourselves fully in the pursuit of mastery, we gain a profound understanding of patterns, principles, and the intricate interplay of skills. Now, let's bridge this concept to the modern realm of learning. Picture yourself learning a new skill, perhaps a musical instrument, coding, or a new language. The initial stages might feel overwhelming, filled with the challenges of grasping the basics. Musashi would advise against succumbing to the temptation of abandoning this journey for the allure of the next shiny skill. Instead, discipline demands that we persist, that we push through the initial challenges, and that we delve into the depths of that one way. It's in this process of deep learning that patterns emerge, principles become clearer, and the mastery gained becomes a foundation for understanding other seemingly unrelated skills. Let's connect this to the resilience we gain by learning how to learn. If you've mastered the art of studying for one exam, you've essentially learned how to tackle subsequent exams. If you've honed the skill of adaptability in one workplace scenario, you're better equipped to handle any task that comes your way. Musashi's wisdom transcends time by knowing one way. We set the stage for knowing 10,000 things. Consider Musashi as the grand strategist on the battlefield. His mastery wasn't just about individual duels. It was about understanding the patterns of combat on a broader scale. In modern terms, this translates to adaptability and problem-solving skills. By deeply understanding one field, we gain the ability to decipher patterns that can be applied in seemingly unrelated domains. In essence, Musashi's teaching isn't a call for narrow-mindedness. It's an anthem for focused discipline. By extensively learning a skill and experiencing the entirety of what that is, we start to see universal patterns that become the bedrock for learning other skills. It's about honing the ability to learn and adapt, creating a reservoir of knowledge and skills that intertwine and enhance each other. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. This principle invites us to navigate the intricate terrain of human connections with a disciplined heart, acknowledging the inevitability of farewells and transitions. Picture Musashi, the formidable warrior, facing the constant reality of life and death situations. In his world, separations weren't merely a possibility. They were a part of the very fabric of existence. This teaching, rooted in the samurai's experiences, urges us to manage the emotions tied to separations, a universal aspect of being human. Separations, in our contemporary lives, can manifest in various forms. It could be bidding farewell to a loved one, embarking on a new chapter in life, or simply parting ways with possessions that held sentimental value. Musashi's wisdom invites us to acknowledge the sadness woven into these moments without allowing it to become a heavy burden on our journey. Let's consider the analogy of a traveler. Imagine you have to move to a different city to pursue a career opportunity or chase a long-held dream. In this scenario, you're faced with leaving behind friends, family, and the familiar landscape of your current life. Musashi's teaching doesn't ask you to suppress the sadness. Instead, it encourages you to manage these emotions gracefully. Acknowledging the sadness without letting it deter you from your path is the crux of this discipline. It's about understanding that separations are a natural and unavoidable part of the human experience. Musashi's discipline isn't a call for emotional detachment. It's a call for emotional resilience. Consider the transient nature of material possessions. Let's say you're deeply attached to your car, a symbol of freedom and mobility. Musashi warns against allowing such attachments to become emotional bondage. If circumstances demand that you part ways with your car, the discipline lies in recognizing the sentimentality, acknowledging the sadness, and yet not letting it cripple your forward momentum. In the grand symphony of life, separations are inevitable movements. They might compose the minor keys, but they also contribute to the overall melody. The discipline lies in managing these emotional notes, feeling the sadness without allowing it to overshadow the entire composition of your life. Now let's bring this teaching into the context of personal relationships. Imagine you're bidding farewell to a close friend or a loved one, perhaps due to geographical distance, changing life paths, or the natural ebb and flow of connections. The disciplined mind, inspired by Musashi, acknowledges the depth of emotions but doesn't allow them to become shackles. It's about recognizing the beauty of the shared moments, embracing the joy and growth that the relationship brought, and then, with a disciplined heart, stepping into the new chapter that life unfolds. Musashi's wisdom in this context is a guide on how to navigate the poignant beauty of human connections without being engulfed by the sorrow of separation. Consider Musashi as the Stoic philosopher on the battlefield of emotions. His discipline isn't a suppression of feelings, but a strategic management. In the face of separations, the disciplined mind becomes a steady captain, navigating the ship through the emotional waves. It understands that farewells are an integral part of the journey, and managing the associated emotions is a crucial skill. In the realm of possessions, Musashi's teaching extends to the concept of minimalism, the discipline of detaching from material things. It's about enjoying possessions without letting them define your sense of self. Whether it's a car, a smartphone, or any material possession, the disciplined mindset understands that while you can appreciate these things, they shouldn't possess you emotionally. Never be jealous. This principle, rooted in the discipline of focus and commitment, serves as a guiding light in the age of constant comparison and the ever-present allure of others' achievements. Imagine Musashi, a master amidst his fellow swordsmen, a legendary figure in a world where skill was measured in the thinnest of margins. In such a competitive landscape, jealousy could have been a persistent shadow, distracting him from his own path and hindering his commitment to self-improvement. In the realm of the modern day, think about scrolling through social media, a landscape where the highlight reels of others' lives often unfold before our eyes. It's easy to encounter a friend who just landed a dream job, bought a house, or is traveling to exotic destinations. In these moments, the whisper of jealousy can be tempting, suggesting that we might be falling behind or not achieving enough. Musashi, with his unwavering focus, teaches us a powerful lesson. Jealousy, he suggests, is a distraction. In a world where the disciplined mind is the ultimate weapon, allowing jealousy to seep in is akin to dulling the blade. Musashi's commitment to his craft, his dedication to self-improvement, was unyielding. There was no room for wasted energy on comparing himself to others. Consider the analogy of a marathon runner. Picture yourself in a race, each step a commitment to your own journey. Now imagine glancing to the side and seeing another runner forging ahead. Jealousy in this moment would be the weight that slows you down, diverting your focus from the path ahead. Musashi's teaching becomes a powerful mantra in the age of social media, where comparisons are just a click away. Instead of allowing jealousy to derail your focus, let it be a reminder of Musashi's steadfast commitment to his own path. Channel that energy not into comparing, but into investing in yourself, into becoming the best version of your own unique self. In the samurai world, where each duel could be a matter of life and death, distractions like jealousy were not just detrimental, they were potentially fatal. Musashi's focus wasn't on the accomplishments of others, but on honing his own skills, perfecting his art, and understanding his own strengths and weaknesses. In the modern context, with the constant stream of updates on social media, maintaining discipline is more crucial than ever. When jealousy attempts to divert your attention, remember Musashi's commitment to his craft. Let his unwavering focus become a source of inspiration to invest in yourself and become the best in your own field. Consider the marathon runner once again. Instead of letting jealousy slow you down, let it be the gust of wind beneath your wings. Let it fuel your commitment to training harder, running faster, and surpassing your own limits. Musashi's teaching on jealousy is a call to turn the competitive energy inward, focusing on becoming the best version of yourself. Now, let's extend this teaching to the realm of personal relationships. Jealousy in relationships often stems from comparison, comparing your partner to others, or feeling threatened by external influences. Musashi's wisdom calls for a disciplined mindset here as well. Picture a relationship as a garden that requires nurturing. When jealousy creeps in, it's like a weed threatening to overshadow the beauty of the flowers. The disciplined mind tends to the garden, recognizing that comparisons are counterproductive. Instead of allowing jealousy to sow seeds of doubt, it nurtures trust, communication, and commitment. In essence, Musashi's teaching on never being jealous is an invitation to elevate yourself above the noise of comparison. Whether in your professional journey, personal relationships, or the broader tapestry of life, focus on your own path, your own growth, and your own commitments. So, warriors of self-mastery, let Musashi's wisdom guide you through the maze of comparisons. When jealousy knocks at the door, let it be the catalyst for turning inward, for reaffirming your commitment to your own journey. In our concluding segment, we'll weave together the threads of Musashi's teachings and explore the essence of the way of the superior man. Warriors, get ready to embrace the culmination of discipline, resilience, and unwavering focus.